Good morning. I'm Bert with Seeker's Temple at seekerstemple.com. Are we allowed to judge? A favorite saying of many people is, "Judge not, that ye be not judged." It is frequently quoted as a deflection when a person's faults are in question. The impression is that we should never make judgments of what we see in others. But is this true? Should we simply ignore what we see? Are we never to make judgments? If we see something harmful in others, can we never point it out? Is this the way? Or is this simply a convenient saying that is being used in order to not face our problems? I am persuaded that this statement is often misused, that there are times that we must judge, that there are times when it is appropriate to point out the faults in others and to have them pointed out in ourselves. Exercising discipline of any sort requires judging others. Since such judgment is involved, some feel that we should rule out any sort of discipline. They feel that people should just do what feels good to them at the time. We are even told that judging and disciplining our own children is child abuse, and that we should just let them make up their own minds as to their religion or sexual orientation, or even what they want to watch, wear, or eat. Imagine the world we would have where there's no discipline. We all just do what we like with no consequence. Sounds fun for a moment, but the end result is chaos, as you cannot truly understand. Correcting errors in teaching requires judging others. Judgment is required to consider whether someone is teaching in error or indeed is teaching complete lies. Since such judgment is involved, some feel that we should not speak out against those who teach error. Imagine a world we would have where people taught complete lies and misunderstandings. The end result is a world where truth does not live and where trust is a concept none can understand. To judge or not to judge? That is the question before us. Before the answer can be found, perhaps we can find the answer in the very quote that they use for such defense. Judge not, that ye be not judged. Now they get this little saying from the Bible. It's in Matthew 7. Matthew 7 reads, "Judge not, that ye be not judged. For what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite! First cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye." This saying is not meant to be a defense against guidance. It is only the beginning of a good life lesson. When they stop at "Judge not, that ye be not judged," they miss the meaning of the very quote they are calling on. The rest of it is the balance that teaches the very important lesson of taking a good look at yourself before you can see others clearly. When you have done so, you are then able to judge and be of help to others who are overtaken by their faults. Remember the saying that transcends all religion: "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." This applies to judging someone as much as it applies anywhere. Before you can say to someone, there is a better path, you should be on that path so that you know it is a better path. Before you can say, let me show you the way, you should know that way. You should know what you're telling them. You should be living that path. Many parents will instruct their children with, do as I say and not as I do. So they're smoking and telling their kids don't smoke. They're drinking, telling their kids don't drink. They say a cuss word with every other sentence, but they tell their kids don't say that. That child learns by watching far more than they learn by instruction. They will do as you do because you are their guide in life. When people around you see how you live your life and what the result is, they will judge and decide whether or not they want to end up like you. On the flip side, think of this. If someone sees you doing something which could harm you, wouldn't you want them to make that judgment and show you a better way? But if you look at them, you want to also see they are on the path to which they are leading you, and that it's a good path to be on. You wouldn't want to take advice about life from someone who seems to be in misery with their own life. So, as it turns out, we are not only allowed to judge others, but it is necessary to do so in order to keep ourselves honest about who we are. Judging is not a destructive thing, but rather it's a tool that helps a community remain civil and honest. Judging, when done with care and respect, can help people look out for each other and learn from each other. It is a supportive way to give others and ourselves a life tune-up and keep us going smoothly down our path. Now, I would offer one word of caution here. Giving advice according to your judgment does not mean forcing what you believe onto another person. If a person will not hear you, then you've done your part, and that choice is up to them to make. Just be sure that you're living the path that you're teaching. Just something to think about. Join us on the net at seekerstemple.com. Blessed be.